No. Oh.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Namaskar.
Thank you, sir, for joining in this wonderful event for World Social Work Day, sir. And happy Social Work Day to you, sir.
Wish you a happy and a very fruitful social work day. And we are starting with a wonderful e-information series, strengthening integration. What is that? Intergenerational solidarity for enduring well-being. And good, sir. We'll start it, sir.
Good morning, one and all. And thank you. We can see around 57 participants joined here. And we have the resource person also joined. So it's my pleasure. And I'm very privileged to have Dr. Nachiketa Raut, sir, the Director of National Institute for Empowerment of Persons with Multiple Disabilities, NIPMD. So, sir, this e-information series is the series number 18, and we are doing it on the occasion of World Social Work Day. And this time, the World Social Work Day, the theme is strengthening intergenerational solidarity for enduring well-being. So this actually has been taken up for the well-being of many people who are working, who are professionals working in the field, not only in the field of special needs, but also in the field of mental health. And we have our very renowned resource person, Dr. Anish, sir, from Rajgiri College of Social Science, sir. So I request our director, sir, Dr. Nachiketa Raut, sir, to kindly inaugurate and give his inaugural address.
Namaskaram, and welcome to this wonderful event which is conducted to celebrate the World Social Work Day. Wish you all a happy World Social Work Day, and I'm happy that one of the esteemed resource persons, Dr. Anish K R, Associate Professor and former Head Department of Social Work and Assistant Controller of Exam, has agreed to join us and to share his views. Social work is a field which actually connects many fields together. There may be facilities available, there may be different types of services available at different places, but unless there is an integration, there is a cross-linking of things, then the society doesn't get benefited appropriately. A social worker does the same work. He acts as the thread between the beads, and the society become a wonderful garland which looks good, which has utility, and which can march forward in collaboration and coordination. This particular series is also targeted towards fostering one of such collaborations, that all of us, now the number of participants have become 60, all of us enjoy the e-information series, and I congratulate the Department of Social Work, Dr. Rajesh Ramachandran, Dr. Amarnath, Dr. Manigandan, and the entire team who have taken up this particular mission to celebrate Social Work Day and to share information. I formally inaugurate the program and once again welcome Dr. Anish K R. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. With your permission, I would like to introduce the speaker to the audience. Dear participants, dear audience, and esteemed director, sir, we have the pleasure of inviting Dr. Anish K R. Dr. Anish K R is an associate professor and former head of the Department of Social Work at Rajgiri College of Social Science. He also serves as assistant controller of examinations and head of the Strategic Pillar Advisory Council, Hill Campus. He is a registered mental health professional under the Mental Health Care Act 2017 and a research guide at the Mahatma Gandhi University, Kottayam, Kerala. Dr. Anish has held a number of key academic and professional portfolios, including chairman of the Board of Studies at MG University, Kottayam, Kannur University, and Rajgiri College of Social Sciences. He is also a member of the Board of Studies at Sri Shankaracharya University, Kannur University, and other 8 autonomous colleges in the state of Kerala. Dr. Anish has been recognized with major research grants and fellowships from the prestigious organizations such as the Finnish National Agency for Education, the German Academic Exchange Program, the Australia-India Council, the International Association of Schools of Social Work, and the World Association of Psychosocial Rehabilitation. His research endeavors have been supported by the University Grants Commission, the Indian Council of Social Science Research, the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, NIRDPR. Thank you so much, sir, for accepting our invitation and coming and sharing your experiences on this World Social Work Day, sir. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rajesh sir, for this invitation. Uh, Thank you, Rao sir, for introducing about the program, the day today, and the importance of the day. I'm really privileged and happy to be with you on this World Social Work Day. Today, we observe the World Social Work Day. That is every year, the third Tuesday of March is observed as the World Social Work Day with different themes. So today, we are observing the World Social Work Day with a very important theme. Theme is very much connected to our generations. So as Sir has already mentioned, we talked about strengthening intergenerational solidarity for enduring well-being. This theme is actually talking about connection between generations. We know that our society is changing, the world is changing, and the generations are changing. We talk about the alpha generation, we talk about the Gen Z generation, we talk about older generations. Historically, every time generations have felt that their own generation is the smartest generation. So when I was a young boy or a young adult in my 20s, I felt that, oh, I am smarter than my older generation. When I grew up, I still thought that, okay, I am smarter than my older generations. That's a typical scenario. But then, when you grow older, you realize that, yes, you are smart, but there are a lot of smartness in the older generation. This generational gap needs to be bridged. That's the context of this World Social Work Day theme. Let me move on to my presentation. Rajesh sir, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
My slide is also visible to you.
Yes, sir.
Is it full screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you so much. So I'm just showing some pictures here. This presentation is very colorful because I made it purposefully colorful because the International Federation of Social Work has prepared a poster which is very colorful, which talks about resilience. I'll talk about a little later that. So let us look at this particular theme, strengthening intergenerational solidarity. And I'm very much concerned about the last two words, enduring well-being. As social workers, what is our focus of intervention? When you look at our own intervention, we see that social work interventions are always meant for enhancing well-being of our clients. Whether the client is a child, adolescent, youth, couple, families, older adults, doesn't matter. Our interventions are meant for enhancing well-being. And that well-being has to be enduring. That has to be continuing. That has to be existing. That has to be present everywhere. That has to be across generations. That has to be long-term, sustainable. So that is the beauty of this theme. Now we need to look at what is strengthening intergenerational solidarity. Let me start with this message from the President of International Federation of Social Work, Joachim Umba. He has written on the IFS website this thing. I quote, "This theme highlights the critical role of intergenerational care." Please be mindful of those words. Intergenerational care, respect, and collaboration in creating resilient communities and sustainable environments. Not even a single word. I wanted to make it for a PowerPoint context, but I could not leave out any single word from there. See, our role is to intergenerational care, respect, collaboration. For what? For developing resilient communities, sustainable environments. It underscores the social profession's dedication to building connections that value the wisdom of our elders while empowering younger generations to tackle today's challenges and envision a better future. How can we bring them together, the youth and older generation? Their knowledge and the energy of the youth can be brought together for a better future. Together, we can build a world where compassion and solidarity lay groundwork for lasting well-being for everyone. He is quoted as an African proverb says, if you light a lamp for someone, it will also brighten your own path. Our collective efforts to uplift one another ultimately illuminate the way forward for all of us. Unquote. See how beautifully this message is given. If you read and understood this message well, whatever I'm going to speak further may not have much value. Now, what is this fostering generations into the solidarity? So we're going to build strong societies. We are going to sustain the environment. We are going to create a culture of mutual respect and recognition. So what is intergenerational solidarity? I'm not going to lecture on what it is, but it talks from the message of the president. We can see talks about mutual support. It talks about respect. It talks about cooperation between different generations, so that can bring shared social, economic, and environment goals. This picture, the picture you see here, actually depicts a big message. I would appreciate that you go back to the IFSW website and there's a description given about this picture. How empathy is important, how there is no generational gap, how there is collaboration, how there is connections, how resilience is impact. Beautifully, this particular thematic expression is being explained very clearly there. I don't want to explain that further from here. So where we see that there are 6 dimensions of intergenerational solidarity. One is associational, affectual. Association means collaboration, connection, and things like that. Affection, emotional level. Consensual level, understanding and accepting each other, adaptation level. Functional, how are we making it functional? By more effective. Normative levels, structural levels, all are the 6 dimensions. It's not from a Bennington's model. There are 6 dimensions of intergenerational solidarity. Associate, being affectionate, consensual, functional, normative with regard to norms of society, and structural. This connection makes it more meaningful. So it has 3 components: social solidarity, economic solidarity, and environmental solidarity. Social solidarity, we know relationships matters. How we foster respect across generations. We need to have mechanisms for that. Financial security and independence, financial independence for older groups, all groups, it is important. Environmental solidarity, where resources are shared equally, equitable to the people for sustainability or based on sustainable practices. So why is it important? I have done a quick literature search on why intergenerational solidarity. I'll be sharing some of those findings over there. Very quick literature search, but few of them. Why is it important? It says it is crucial for social cohesion, improving the we feeling among the society, member society, transmission of memory, transcendental memory transmission from one generation to another, identity construction of identity. What is our identity? I'm an Indian. What is my identity? How is my identity formed? Can help address societal issues like climate change, we can understand from the wisdom of the older generation how they managed, so that we can utilize that for the current generation. How we can promote active aging, healthy aging, how we can enhance well-being. See, studies of talk 2022, 2013, everywhere the studies have talked about it. Now, what are the benefits? It says intergenerational solidarity enhances social cohesion and reduce generational conflicts. It strengthens family and community bonds. It encourages knowledge transfer and mentorship. Elderly can mentor us, mentorship. Enhances mental and emotional well-being, so that when we have connections between generations, emotional well-being can be helpful through meaningful connections. We know that when we go to youth institutions like colleges or people where young people are studying, studies now show that mental health is not good. A recent study by Dr. Anish and his team, conducted in 9 states in the country, showed that 18.6% of younger adults experience or have thought about attempting suicide. 18.6, 1 in 5. Imagine, 1 in 5 have thought about attempting suicide. And the rate of people who attempted suicide is again alarming, 8.6%. Study was conducted among youth in the country, representing 9 states. We see the well-being is affected. Now we have to find solutions. This may be an answer. We don't know. We have to find solutions for that. So this is very important. No, for sustainable development, this is important. This generational transfer of knowledge is important. This generational connection is important. So intergenerational solidarity is very, very important. It has benefits for the elderly. They can feel proud that I am able to contribute to the current day. I am not gone back. I am not irrelevant. I am relevant now also, because my knowledge can contribute to development, the society's development. The stereotypes with regard to ageism, ageistic stereotypes, dependency nature of those types can be addressed through intergenerational solidarity, cohesion, we already discussed. It can enhance social interactions and communications. We know all sociological theories or psychological theories have told that when an older adult is engaged in activities, activity theory, engagement theory, the sociological theory says that when people are engaged and people are actively contributing, their mental health is better. My own research way back in 2000 with retired elderly, we found out that when they were engaged, when they were actively engaged in activities, they were having much better mental health than people who are not actively engaged. That's very, very important. So that's the benefit for elderly. Not only for elderly, for youth, there is a possibility that post-youth development can happen through this mechanism of developmental transfer of between knowledge transfer and this type of connection between elderly and the youth. It enhances social connection. Cohesion is a word which comes up throughout literature. It's a social cohesion. Intercultural understanding, well-being is improved among elderly. As a mental health professional, I do practice with people. And I've seen a number of cases where young adults have developed mental health concerns because of loss of their older grandparents. Studies show that. I've seen that in my practice. So this connection can, across the globe, studies have proved that this connection can help. So, but there are challenges. What are some of those challenges? Ageism, the stereotypical thoughts about older people. We are actually in that slave to those type of thoughts. Thoughts that we are smarter. Thoughts that our older people are not relevant. So that becomes a major challenge in the process of using the intergenerational competencies, knowledge for the current day world. We know that the changing family structures, I don't have to talk more about it. We know that the urbanization, the movement from joint family structures to nuclear family structures, from single parent structures to family structures where single child norms are become prominent, connection, transmission, or migration of people from rural places to urban places, migration of international migration, everything is actually causing structural changes. There are families where just elderly live. When we had a greater flood in Kerala in 2018, we have found out that lot of elderly live in big bangla, big families where they have no support system. They live because they have enough money. But then when the flood struck, money could not help. So digital divide in other area where we know that the generation, the Gen Z and Gen Alpha, they're all born in the world of the digital world. And there is a digital divide between elderly, older adults and us, even with us, the middle level people. There is a generational divide. Digital divide is becoming a problem. That is challenge for the enhancement. Economic and social inequalities, income inequalities, lack of social security systems, lack of pension schemes, insufficient support for the older adults, all are resultant into complications of connection between the generational solidarity. So we know there are further studies which say that I already mentioned about a return on income, the instead of insufficient access and things like that, all are causing problems. I don't want to dwell on issues. This particular thematic area which talks about how social work can enhance success, can enhance intergenerational solidarity. I want to share some of the success stories, few of them, so that we need to be going positive. This empathetic, resilient world, everybody is included. These colors indicate that everyone is included. There's no difference between genders. There's no difference based on generational differences. There's no difference between regional differences. There's no difference based on religion. Everyone need to be resilient. It's a beautiful discussion of this picture. We can go back and see. There was a program in always we are fond of international models. So just look at one model from Finland. Finland has this model where school children are engaged with older adults. There's a lot of mutual learning. Sometimes the school child may teach them new terminologies, new vocabulary, technology, all those things. There is intergenerational connection. And the results of those studies says that just improved academic performance, reduced loneliness of elderly, and there is better social cohesion. Sorry, I'm repeating this word, social cohesion, which is there. So this is one of the example. I don't want to talk about the whole project, just some of the gist of it. The second example I want to share is digital inclusion for seniors in Japan. The other model. This talks about how digital training can be given by younger generation to older generation. There are other models in our country also. A lot of such models are there. Free technology training for older adults. Again, that enhance their social participation. You know, there are studies done. I will talk about that a little later when I get some of the studies we did with regard to that. There is social participation increase, independence, because I know without going to a bank, I have mobility issue. Without going to a bank, I can manage my payments. I can pay my electricity bill. I can pay my dues in bank. I can pay many of my bills through online means. That enhances independence, confidence in the elderly. So this is another model which is used in Japan. I'm not sure whether this audio will come. Rajesh sir, you can tell me whether audio is coming in. I'm just sharing the video. Is the audio coming in, sir?
No, sir. Audio we are not able to hear.
Oh, there is no audio. Fine. Participants, you are not getting the audio, no? Let me see whether I can share some other way and see whether there is a audio being shared. By the way, are you all with me? Can somebody tell me, are you all with me?
I'm sorry, sir. Actually, we have muted all the participants. So during the questions,
Okay,
they will be
fine,
unmuted.
fine.
Sorry.
Okay, I have to share the tab for this thing. So I can go out to the from the presentation. What I'm just doing it. So that this is a very interesting video. In fact, I've closed all other windows. That's the problem. 1 second, please excuse me for a moment. A small video, 1 minute. Okay. Can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir. We can see the screen.
Yeah, okay.
Night resource. You wake up with a limited amount of discipline, and the more decisions you make,
Yes, sir. We were able to hear the
lesser
audio.
and lesser it gets. And this is why you can't stick to your exercise. And this is the same reason why your to-do list is never finished. And this is why by the end of the day you say, I'll do.
So that was a model, beautiful concept from Japan, where I don't know, this is being spread to various parts of the world through different means. So basically, this is a code so that younger people can save some time from their volunteerism that can be utilized for their own use for later point of time. So you're not losing, but when you spend time, you get a home and you get time later. Beautiful. Next model is from a housing model from Netherlands. This talks about a housing project where college students live with seniors so that they exchange some volunteer hours for them. So there is a meaningful friendship created, and there is less social isolation for the elderly. In elderly care home, these people are living. So there are different models from across the country. This is another model called U3A, University of Third Age. It's Similar to that model in Japan, where technology is taught to this thing. In our state also, we have an organization called Magix, one of the startup project of NGO of our own students. They're actually implementing this program in various college campuses. They bring in elderly, older adults from the society. They bring them to the colleges, and students in the colleges, especially and social work and undergraduate students, they teach the elderly some of those technical skills. For example, how to use a bank account through a online means, how to pay using UPI, how to book a railway ticket using a mobile app, how to all type of technologies being taught, and they have picnic, time out with them, tour, all those things. So that has actually proved to be very successful. It has enhanced the mental health of the youth as well as that of elderly. We did a study with when we did that program in one of the colleges. We did a study and we tried to understand their well-being using a WHO well-being index. I identified that the well-being has multiplied when after this program, when they have continuously came to college campus, engaged with the young children in the campus, went for a tour and all those things. That is beautifully given impact on them. We have it's happened in our own place. And you know that this was been recognized by the World Health Organization. Now the Magix NGO is a recognized center of excellence by the World Health Organization. And this is the document I just want showing here. This WHO Southeast Asia Regional Strategy on Healthy Aging. In that, they have given the case study of this age-friendly Kochi initiative, where how elderly and younger generation work together on these type of things. Beautiful. So there is another project by another college called Jai Bharat College, a social work department. They started something called Samaya Bank. Samaya Bank, you know, understand, is time bank. Same as the Japanese model, they implement that. They are implementing that. The college is implementing that in the with the support of the Magix NGO and other people. They are implementing this program in the among the social work students, and social work students volunteer that time, go to visit homes and interact with people. And they have a mobile application called Samay Bank app. You can go and see there, where elderly can seek services through this Samay Bank app. They can ask for hospital visits. They can ask for time with them, for quality time with them, for such things. There are a lot of possibilities through the app. There is you can go to Google Play Store app and you can find out this app on there. It's called the Samay Bank app, which the elderly can download and seek services from the volunteers so that they can provide services to them. So such beautiful models are available in our country across the world. Now, what are the strategies to strengthen intergenerational solidarity? Now, there is a lot of policy implications are there. So studies say that policy makers must adapt intergenerational contacts to changing demographic, economic, and cultural conditions. There should be a dialogue with the elderly. There should not be any age-based prejudices. We need to create opportunities for intergenerational transactions so that people can benefit from this. So some way forward from a social work way. We know that our competency framework starts from policy, program development. So social work is one of the core competencies, policy practice. So we have to develop policy, understand what are the policies available. Are the policies happening properly? Are the policies taken care of well? Understand that. Policy and program interventions. We can advocate for inclusive policies. We can look at the gaps in the existing policies, gaps in the implementation of the existing policies. We need to promote intergenerational housing and community spaces, where there could be, as the model we saw in Netherlands and things like that, whether we can develop intergenerational housing possibilities. Can we develop age-friendly work environments? Can we have the second innings for the elderly, workplace interventions? Can we advocate for such things? We can develop social work interventions, for example, intergenerational mentorship programs. In our Kerala Association of Professional Social Workers, we have developed Kerala Association's Skills Academy. I was the coordinator, and this model we developed, where we wanted to have senior social workers mentoring junior social workers. Intergenerational mentorship programs. Nowadays, when we go to social work colleges for some orientation program, we take senior social workers to talk to them about what matters more. Community-based interactions, volunteering and service learning, as we saw in earlier context. We see technology as a bridge. Technology separates. So now what happens? We say that the digital divide is there. How can we bridge it? From all the examples we discussed earlier, I don't want to talk more about it. Digital literacy programs, virtual family reunion. This is happening this way. After COVID, we see that family reunions are happening virtually. Beautiful. We can such educational process can be done. Intergenerational social media initiatives. Social workers can take up such things. Family and community engagements, promoting family bonding activities, cross-generational volunteering, reviving traditional practices. Nowadays, we talk about reels. Can we generate reels about knowledge base of all the generations? Now we talk about Indian knowledge system. We talk about Indian knowledge system, IKS. Can we promote such things in our society? So those things can definitely help us to develop intergenerational competencies, solidarities, the social cohesion can be improved. So now call for social work students, if you are in the audience, can we document as part of field work? Can you go to local communities, interact with elderly, interact with senior social workers, interact with people who are doing commendable work in the development sector, interact with the local artisans, craft people. Can we document 1 minute video, 1 minute video of their contribution, their valuable message from them? Can we document it? If we document that, I'm giving you with a challenge. Can we do that so that our knowledge, which is tacit, which can be brought to light, which can be digitalized, it is available to further generations? With that call, I end here. That's my message for today. So thank you so much for listening to me. If you have any feedback, any comments, any way you want to connect with me, I would love and appreciate you write an email to me. You can definitely connect on WhatsApp, but I would appreciate you write an email to me. We'll connect. My email is anish@rajagiri.edu. With that, I stop here. I know that it was a very monologuous, one-way communication. If you have any questions, any comments, you're welcome. Over to you, Rajesh sir, for the further proceedings. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. And it is really wonderful to listen always with regard to the mental health and also with regard to enduring well-being among professionals. Because we professionals always, and as you said rightly, sir, during COVID, social workers were they were totally under stress, and we had to do a lot of work. So thank you for supporting the always the social workers for a bigger role, sir. Thank you so much. Dear participants, now I have unmuted everyone for the questions or any suggestions you would like to ask the speaker, Dr. Anish.
I'm Natty here. Dr. Anish, very well presented. It is a like it is the call for the at this time we need to do work on this solidarity. Only the thing I want to add here is not only means elderly in general, but elderly who are in social work, means activists, mostly people who are at the community level, do not have much of what we say is economically they are not so well to do. They have been they got involved in many of their life means they did not earn money, they worked for people movements, and today when they are elderly, it is our social work people, we need to care for them. So I think we need to highlight on their issues also, or we need to, of course, all elderly senior citizens you are taking care, but since it is a social work day, I felt that these are the people whom we need to think of.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's very true. Very true. Thank you so much for the presence.
Yes, I can see some people raising their hands. So if you have any questions or comments, please go ahead. I can see hand raised by Jay Shankar, Sundar R, Satyanarayan, Kamakshi, Jayvalli. If you have any questions or any doubts, you please unmute yourself and you can ask the question to our resource person. If you want to put the questions in the chat box, that also you can do. If you do not want to ask, you can put the questions in the chat box. Sir, on behalf of participants, I would like to ask, sir, how different now the things are, because we see the social work themes are changing every year. At this point of thing, when we are talking a lot about technology, how it is going to be in the field of social work, sir?
So I think the World Social Work Day, the thematic areas are always connected. The Ubuntu, Born, Viewer, all the previous are connected. But then now, see, this particular thematic area is very, very important these days, because now let us imagine when we were traveling earlier by a train or a bus or whatever public transport we traveled. See that we had made some acquaintances during those journeys, most of the journeys. But now when I look at these days, we don't speak to each other. We are all busy with our gadgets in our hands. All our heads are like the Facebook F. We're all doomed into the technology world. That's actually something which we need to. That's why these connections are getting lost. So these themes are always important when we talk about these connections. So technology is a boon, but at the same time, it can be very troublesome. So now maybe we are all focused on technology. Yes, technology is important and we have to use it. I am always a pro technology person. Now, second thing is now we are, so that means there is no connection, no time. So when you have talk about quality time in family, everybody come home and they have their own gadgets and they're all busy with that. And there's no interaction. So that is something which we need to address at this stage. Not just intergenerational, intragenerational also communication has to happen. We connect only through social media, not through our physical means, a shake hand, a touch. Second thing is now emergence of AI. Again, we have to be a little more cautious about that. AI. Now, you can see that mental health, as I told you in the previous study, which is I quoted earlier, mental health concerns are increasing day by day. Problems are increasing day by day. Mental health problems are always there. Now, why it is increasing? One of the reasons could be the social isolation. We are isolating ourselves from the social world. I know one of my faculty colleagues who comes to the food place where we have a lot of social interaction. We generally do not carry mobile phones. But this fellow comes and sit like this and keeps mobile like this and he go on scrolling. He's actually doing gaming at the time of the food time. All the time. He does not speak to anyone. This social isolation can have a big problem with us. Now we are going to affect. During COVID also we told this. Connect. Isolation results depression, anxiety, problems were there. Now connection is very important. So that is it. Now AI came. Now people talk about AI chatbot for mental health services. AI chatbot for mental health service. No, I don't want to have physical support. I can go to AI chatbot for mental health service. Well and good, very good. That's again good if it is beneficial. But now problem is that we are going to lose our brain capacity for intellectual thought processes, cognitive processes, our creative thinking, critical thinking. Now I depend on ChatGPT for my sessions. So what happens? I'm not telling that I'm depending on my ChatGPT for the sessions, but if you keep on doing that, you will forget about your building up capability of your competencies. A is a problem. A is a benefit. A can be benefiting, but A can be troublesome. So we have to be careful. How do we bring that? What is that? The balanced use of this technology and our personal lives. There is time, this big time for us to talk about that. Connections, intergenerational solidarity, intragenerational solidarity, family solidarity. We have to talk about that because otherwise our future, we are going to have more mental health problems. Yes, social work is going to have more work, but then what is there with people without mental health, substance abuse, addictions, all big issues. I'm not getting into all those areas. Sorry, I do not, and I know that I'm not answered to your question exactly, but I am now these days I'm concerned about these connections. Connection is a problem. Today evening, I'm going to speak in another forum where I'm going to talk about isolation to connection. Now, this is social isolation to connection. Okay, sorry for that long answer. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Generally, as you said, we always in some airport or trains, we always keep our mobile scrolling and see the reels. So we have seen a lot of issues that is happening. Basically, a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, a lot of isolation that is happening, particularly amongst younger generation. They are not getting connected with the real world. So should not have the thing should not have that they totally get disconnected from the people and then they all got into this technology. Very rightly said, sir. Anybody else would like to have to ask the question? Shantani, would you like to ask question to sir?
I just wanted to ask whether a little more highlight on those who are means with the specially abled, how challenges for them, because in general senior citizen and those with the disabilities, how it would can sir little bit highlight on these things?
Okay, I think you're all experts in the field of disability. That's why I don't touch on that. I think, yeah, that is double burden. Now you know that becoming old is a problem, and becoming a person with disability becomes another problem. So basically, yes, now society, though we talk about inclusive practices, we're not inclusive. Our organizations are not inclusive. Our institutions are not. If you do an access audit to many places, you understand that access is very, very limited. So there are a lot of issues with regard to disability, how these are. We have n number of policies, but questions are there. Now, problem is that in Kerala, state of Kerala, colleges have stopped recruiting many places. There is clear instruction from the government of India, government of Kerala, to appoint social teachers. When you have aided teachers, they have to appoint person with disability. That till all this time, no private colleges were appointing people with disability. Now it is compulsory that they have to appoint, because nobody willingly did it, but it was by force. So disability consideration, our policy, our advocacy roles are very, very important. Access issues are always there. Disability inclusion is a big problem. Disability with elder becoming an older person becomes another double burden. All these need to be addressed. I think social workers are the people who are supposed to work on it. Who else will do it? Who else will do it? I don't think no other professional will consider human being like this. So as professional social worker, I feel always proud that I have the possibility of helping people the best way, because I see the holistic development. Holism is my keyword. So I think when I'm focusing on well-being, I have to focus on everybody's well-being. So elderly, older adults, disability, accessibility issues, inclusion issues, implementation of policies appropriately, welfare mechanisms, all need to be addressed. I think that's what I think immediately about this. There was a comment in the chat box. Community living of elderly. Yes. Actually, home is the best place. We always say, home is the best place for a child, not only for a child, for elderly. We have seen that in during the flood, 2018 flood in Kerala. That the biggest flood we had. A lot of houses where people, posh houses, very big bungalow, the elderly lived in their houses. They never wanted to leave. Initially, when the little flood, people gave warning to them saying that, okay, they should leave vacating. They were not ready to leave because they want to live in their community, their life, their family, their home. Home is the best place for living. Now, the question is this. Now, there is a lot of retirement homes are established. In our district, there is a retirement home started maybe 5 years back. They are in the third phase now. The first phase was 89 units. Each unit costs 50 lakhs rupees plus monthly pay of 24,000 per person, plus 5 lakhs rupees deposit for their hospital expenses. First unit is sold out. Second unit 121 is sold out, and third unit is now announced. And there are 150 units. Paid services, which is not affordable to everyone. So now the answer is, are these people or people who are capable of paying? Yes, they are able to pay and get these services, but how many? And they get a community living there. They get a community living, they have interaction with the neighborhood, they have interaction within their peer group members, all those things are there. But community living, whether you say that as we saw in the Netherlands, college students live with them, or in Finland, where school children interact with the elderly. We also have such models in India. Okay, because literature did not give me that, that's why I'm not telling about that. But thing is that such connections, so community living is very important. Whether we can have community-based living facilities for elderly, so that they can have interaction, just like any other interaction within their peer group, within their family members, with people in the neighborhood and things like that. And as always, we say family is the best place where they leave their children, they leave their grandchildren, so that they have a fruitful life. That's the best thing. But if that is not happening, we can develop community living facilities where we can develop such models. Social workers can develop such models. It can be a break-even model, not be a very, very profitable model. So, or else, for example, you have a profitable model and you can use profit out of that for the benefit of someone who is not less privileged. That is also possible. So I think community living is the best. Thank you, ma'am, Gita ma'am, for this. Thank you so much.
Anybody
I
else?
think,
Yes, sir. I think now we can wind it up, sir. So on behalf of NIEPMD and on behalf of the Department of Medical Science, Social Work and Service and Program Unit, we take this opportunity, and also on behalf of the participants, around 88 participants had participated during this World Social Work Day webinar. I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Anish sir, for a wonderful and a very comprehensive session on speaking about the theme of Social Work Day that is being celebrated today across the world. Thank you so much from every one of us. Thank you so much, sir, for being the resource person. Thank you so much.
thank you so much. I enjoyed the session. I don't know whether the participants enjoyed it. I hope that they also enjoyed. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Rajesh sir. And really thank you for this opportunity. And this is a social work day, so I'm really happy for that. World Social Work wishes for all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye, sir.
Bye.
Dear participants, please wait, because feedback link is shared in the chat box for you to get the certificate. Please remember, this is not a CRE program. This is only an awareness generation program, and we are conducting only for the people who are interested in understanding or interested in having an awareness about certain aspects. So this is an e-information series, and we have been conducting the e-information series since COVID time. This is the e-information series number 18. So we have posted the feedback link. We will not post the feedback link in the WhatsApp group, because there are around 292 people who were there in the WhatsApp group, but only 88 people have joined today's webinar. So only those who have joined today's webinar, and the link is there in the chat box, so they only will get the certificate. The video, the YouTube, will be shared in the WhatsApp group. That's all from me. Thank you for attending. We'll see in another e-information series. Until then, bye-bye.